May I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Crypto Note Show. Your host Superman in the house. I hope you guys haven't been cry fagging out there. Apparently that's the latest term from Richard Hart, cry fagging, and trending currently on Deck Screener. So there we go. it's the height of culture, cry fagging, and it is trending. So there, it's pretty funny. All right, so we're gonna have a bit more serious show though, but we always have a bit of fun. We're going to get the stock market final day, Friday, see what the results were like. We're going to get into crypto, pulling back at the moment. We're going to check out where that is. And, of course, the impact on PulseChain as well. We're going to talk about that. And we've got some new stuff. So, yeah, PulseChain is pulling back. So it is even a bigger discount than it was before. We're going to look at the PulseChain chart and see where we might get some support from. And also, we're going to check out some of the good news. So we do have good news. We've got good news around LibertySwap, some more good news from them. That team keeps delivering good news. And we're going to be talking about some good news around Coast as well. So the big fiat on-ramp to PulseChain, some good news there. And some DEX expansion in terms of decentralized exchanges. So we're going to talk about that. And yeah, we're going to have a bit of fun. And there's a couple other items as well. So I hope you guys enjoy it. So let's get into it without further ado. Let's get into the main thing now. We've also got Gladiator Games. Tournament number 6 is open. So exciting times. Tournament number 6 and New Beginnings. It's called New Beginnings. So it's pretty cool. And so we're going to talk about that too. Let me just find out where that is actually at the moment. So we're going to take that and we're going to put that over there. And we'll talk about that later on. It's I think we've got the good order there at the moment. So shall we get into the stock market? What do you guys reckon? Don't forget to share the show around on X as well. That'd be really, really cool. And I see at the moment there's a few X spaces out there, which is kind of fun. It's good to see the community out there pretty vibrant as well. And of course, we know that we're going to have X game launching before the end of October. We're going to have some updates around Signum and Tetra, at least particularly Tetra, by the, let's say, beginning of November. And then also the beginning of November for expected launch potentially for Coinwell as well. So, we've only got, another 12, 13 days until all that sort of stuff starts gearing up. So, we've got plenty of news coming along line on PulseChain. And, of course, X1 Chain there is also ramping up. Looking forward to XDEX launching from Jack Levin and Jason, the dev there as well. Got a lot of Jason devs, and that's pretty cool. All right, shall we get into it? Let's go to the stock market and see how we finish Friday. Go for gold. Don't forget to repost. S&P 500 climbs as US-China regional bank warriors call. And of course, there's a lot of politicking going on right now between China and US and China, all positioning for power and negotiations. Pretty much, what's going on there. Now let's get into it. We've got Dow Jones right now is up 0.5%, 238 points to 46,190. We've got S&P 500 up 0.5% as well, 35 points to 6,664. NASDAQ with all the tech companies up 0.5% at 117 points to 22,679. And so that's where we are right now with the stock market. The AI boom, the age of intelligence, still ramping up. I think NVIDIA just got a new super chip, 5 times better than I think it's a GXN or GXD, can't remember now, chip. And 5 times even more powerful than that. So computer power defying the laws there as they innovate around almost the quantum level, not quite, but getting there, and pretty amazing. So US dollar there is up 0.1% at 28.3 versus a trading partner. Let's go to the commodities right now. West Texas oil, $57.50, up slightly there. And Brent oil there up 0.5% at $61.38. Gold at the moment just pulling back from that sort of record levels. Gold's been absolutely incredible, isn't it? We're down $91 today to $4,213. Silver at the moment is $3.20 down $50. Now, obviously, we might get some rotation also from gold wealth creation, although I think there's a long way to run for gold and silver. We might get some rotation though into maybe Bitcoin and other stuff like that. There are some shared holders; they're not all just gold maxis. So we'll keep a lookout for that. What else we got going there? Are we going to have a quick look? Anything else? Yep. Softer trade stance with China lifts sentiment. President Donald Trump indicated Friday that the high tariffs imposed on China's goods will not remain long term. So there's a bit of a game jockeying position going there. China, trying to play games, and Trump trying to play games, and they're trying to get to a better outcome, at least from the Trump point of view. And of course, he's not really wanting to get into a big trade war because he wants prosperity, right? Wants prosperity there. But he does need to push China in certain ways because they've been in a trade war for years. China has decades. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so that's kind of where we are right now. We're ticking away too for the next interest rate cut, which is really, really exciting. We're now at the begun that really strong interest rate cycle as expected. So we've got 1 week, and 4 days and 18 hours to go. And that's on the 29th of October. So put that in your calendar, 29th of October. And we're expecting 25 basis points at least by then, and another 25 basis by the end of the year. So that would get us down to 3.75% on the federal funds rate at the end of the year. So that's kind of the play there. Is our economic and crypto news. No, it's not crypto news. It's stock market news. And that's pretty much it. And don't forget to share the show around on X. Really does help a lot there. It is Saturday here in New Zealand. It's midday. The weather outside is so-so. What does that mean? A little bit cloudy, a little bit this and that. But it's a little bit. We're getting a little bit of warmth coming in. As you guys know, we're heading towards summer now, and it's the October. So we normally have quite a lot of. We still have typically a bit of rain. October, November. Even a bit of early December, if I remember rightly. But we do get some sunny days, and it does generally warm up. So it's kind of where we are right now in good old New Zealand. And of course, New Zealand's made up of a couple of islands. That's how we go. I'm an island boy. That's what it is. I'm an island boy. Essentially, we are island boys, really. We are island boys. Yeah. Island boys. Well, Wookie's out there too. He's an island boy. He's an island boy. All right. We're all island boys down here. All right. That's pretty much it. What are we going to? Who are we going? We're going to go to crypto. Let's do crypto now. Let's say hello to our dear friend, Bitcoin. All right, let's jump away here. And we got Bitcoin right now. The total market cap, 3.71 trillion, down 0.8%. So boo, we're going down. We're at Bitcoin right now is 106,873. So it really has had a good punch in the stomach, but it's still over 100K. And that's the key thing. Still over 100K, despite the little punch in the stomach. And we wanted to try and hold 112K or more. So we down, and we are. Now we are in up October, right? October, but it's turning out to be not October at the moment. So, but we've still got 12 days or so to go, haven't we? 12 days. So October's not done yet. So we could see a quick reversal too. So keep a lookout for that. Pretty positive about where we're going. Ethereum right now is down 0.9% at $3,844. That's where we are right now. But what have we seen? We've seen a lot of market manipulation because the markets are always manipulated. That's pretty much it. So if you're new to markets, they're manipulated. So you just got to be on the right side of the manipulation. That's pretty much it. All right. So we got Ethereum at the moment is like I say, $3,844. So super cheap. Tom Lee, Tom Lee's buying. Tom Lee will be loving these prices, guys. Tom Lee will be loving them because this is beautiful for him. The fact that he can try and pick up his 5% of Ethereum down at these prices, he will be loving it. So very, very cool. BNB right now is down 6.9% at $1,073, still holding that $1,000 mark. XRP is up 0.1%, breaking the trend a little bit there, $2.31. Solana down 0.1%, $183. So those ones there aren't moving too much, actually, XRP and Solana, are they? Not moving too much. We got Tron there at number 9, down 1.7%, just below 31 cents, and Doge there at number 10, down 0.8% at 18.5 cents. So, I mean, to be fair, they're not actually down that much, except for BNB, which has had a huge run, right? So huge, probably getting a bit of rotation there, a bit of profit taking. But the rest of them, they're actually not too bad today. We've got the best performer, I guess, is still XRP over the last 24 hours. Over the last week, best performer is Ethereum. I think it's Ethereum, actually. Yeah, Ethereum there. It looks like Ethereum only down 1.7%. Top 100 performers, Chain Opera AI is still holding number one, up 85%, but down 42% today. So it's pretty severely changed, but still sitting at number 58 on the top 100. BitTensor Tau, number 43, is up 27% for the week, pretty just up slightly today. And then number 14, we've got Rat Beacon ETH, and then we've got number 26%. Then we've got Zcash, up 14%, number 42. And then VeChain there, up 12% for the week at number 84. So that's kind of our top five. Top 1,000 gainers, we've got Nocchain, we've got Xpin Network, and a KGen there. So I think we've looked at Nocchain before, but Xpin, I don't know if we've looked at that. But we'll have a look at all three just quickly, see where they're at. So Nocchain's number 335. It's been around since August this year, and it has just recently rallied pretty bigly from 3 cents up to 16 cents, and it's still doing pretty well, to be honest. So that is pretty cool. And it looks like its own chain. Noc is programmable digital gold at scale. So there we go. That is a Nocchain there. I said we're going to be quick on that one. And then we got Xpin Network. So looks like another network. Number 688. Been around since August 25 as well. So they're both pretty similar time zones. We've gone from 1100th of a penny to 3700th of a penny in a pretty short period of time. This actually is on BNB. Xpin Network. Let's see what it exactly is. Let's see here. That's right. We looked at this the other day, actually, didn't we? Yeah, we did. So dashboard and that, we did look at this. It looks like some sort of DeFi there. And finally, we've got KGen. KGen sitting at number 476. It's been around since 8th of October, so 10 days, and it is coming off the bottom almost. And it has been rising from about 26 cents to 53 cents, so not too bad. And I can't remember what chain that is, but it is on the move. That is building the world's largest verified distribution protocol. We call it Verify. That's right. We looked at this the other day, didn't we? So these have popped up again, these ones around. So KGen there. So that's our top performers in the top 1,000. Trending right now is Nocchain, Bitcoin, and Zcash. There we go, guys. 3.7 trillion market cap. Bitcoin at $106,879. Ethereum there at 3,846. If you wanted a load back up on Ethereum, there we go. You got your opportunity, because Tom Lee will be, and we'll get a new update probably Monday, Tuesday next week. I think it's Tuesday our time, Monday your time, and the North Americans there. So that's pretty much it for the crypto markets. Not too much else to say about that. Looks like we're sort of settling down, doesn't it? We are settling down on those prices, as long as Sunday in the US doesn't give us another down day and we get maybe a relief rally. That'd be kind of cool. Typically, it's either flat or down, so we'll see how we get on. But stock market was green, so maybe we might pick up on that from going into Monday. All right, where else are we going? Are we going to go to PulseChain? Do you guys want to go talk about PulseChain? Shall we do it? Let's have a drink first, though. Let's hear from our sponsors. Let's go to our sponsors here. Who's our sponsors here? Let's see. Let's hear from Richard Hart, because this might happen. You never know a PulseChain. You just never know. Out of the blue, might happen.
You could get a God candle at any moment. You could get a giant green candle at any moment, because it's easier to get them, because it takes less economic energy, because there's less of it for sale.
Well, that's true, isn't it? That's true, because we've definitely got thinner liquidity pools, and just as they go down quite easily, like we see, they can also go up. They can also go up quite easily. All right, so we've got Pulse right now at $0.0272, so down pretty significantly, and we're down 10.7%. We're going to zoom in on the chart on this in a minute. We're at 27% of the main sacrifice price, so we are looking pretty weak on the old Pulse. Pulse X at the moment, $0.0185, down 8.9%. And it's actually slightly better than Pulse, funny enough. So that's at 8.5% of the main sacrifice price. So what a super duper deal right now, picking up the old PulseChain assets. We've got the buy and burn at 7.92% here on Go Pulse. Now the one on PulseChain stats, which we're going to look at in a minute, is different. They've got a different number. So just I'm not quite sure what's going on with all that. And Ink token right now is at $1.13. It's down 7.66%. And the Hex on Pulse is down quite dramatically. So if you've been wanting to pick up those Hex bags at cheap prices, well, here they are. They're here for you. Down 12.9% today is P-Hex at 0.6 of a penny. So a gift in the hand. And EHEX at the moment wiped out all that big run that we had after on the BankX, I guess. Over 3/10 of a penny is now 2/10 of a penny. So there we go, 50% cheaper is what you're getting that for at the moment. Now we're going to go to the validators. Actually, we're going to go to the gas prices first, don't we? We do gas prices first. Got out of order there. It's unusual. 500,000 beats, guys. Oh, super cheap on PulseChain. 0.5%. That's the cheapest we've seen it for a long time. So 0.5% there right now. And just the way it goes on the down day. 53,398 validators. Look like we're up a little bit on the validators. Maybe about 18 to 20 validators there on the upside. And let's go to the bridge value. I'm going to look at the other bridge that we've got as well. Currently on GoPulse, it's saying 98.8 million. So we have gone below $100 million for the first time in a long time. So that we have hit under there. And of course, EHEX would have been dragging us down, right? It's down to 2/10 of a penny. So it's dragged us down essentially. I'm not sure what the stable coins have done, but I do have a snapshot. So let's quickly check on the snapshot here. It's 18th. When was my snapshot? It was the 8th. So it's 10 days ago. And we're at 112.4 million 10 days ago. We're at 98.8, so we're down. What's that? 11.6 million, something like that. Lower than we were then. Now on the EHEX, we're at 27.8 million, and EHEX now is 19.8. So there we go. Most of that is EHEX. Pretty huge amount of that. So what do we have? We had 6,180 ETH back then. We got 6,228. So we are up on the ETH, as I said, it was mentioned before. The DAI though, we're at 20.6 million DAI. We're at 20.26 million DAI. So we're down about 320,000 DAI or something like that. USDC was 16.86. We're at 15.8. So we're down about $1 million, almost exactly on USDC. $1 million is pretty significant. And we know that a lot of the stuff we get from Ramp now and other dexes is normally USDC, right? And so Coast is sitting pretty proud at 11 million. So we're going to talk about Coast in a minute, but Coast is doing pretty well. And that's pretty solid, $11 million. And that's a big shout out to the Coast team there. And of course, recently they launched Tide, which we're going to talk about in a minute. USD Tether was 5.4 million. We're now at 526. So we're down about $130,000 on USD Tether. So stablecoin still down. ETH is up, but EHEX is down dramatically, making up for most of the drop there. Like I say, about $10 million out of that mix. So out of about 11.6. Right, so that is kind of where we are on there. Let's quickly go look at the PulseChain stats, which is a relatively new stat site on PulseChain, but giving us a lot of intel. And of course, whenever we get stats, we always have to, hope that the people have calculated them correctly. Especially when we get disparities between two different sites. So, typically that's what we have to hope for. But this one here is a full stats site. It's got lots of goodies in it, and they've just launched some new goodies today. We did cover it a bit yesterday. We're going to cover it today, and we've got some interesting stuff, right? So we've got a lot of bridge information now. So this is new PulseChain bridge stats here on PulseChainStats.com. So it's PulseChainStats.com. And I'll go to the homepage and I'll post it in the chat there if you guys want to save it to your favorites. I'm sure Frank White has added it to the PLS Start PulseChain ecosystem map that he does. But that is PulseChain stats. So this is some brand new stuff, hot off the press, guys. And it's always good to talk about it. So let's go to the stats. We're going to go to the bridge. And we're going to come down and have a look at some of the stuff. Now, I haven't really looked at it, so we're going to look at it together. And then we're going to get into PulseChain chart after that. So let's have a look. What do we got here? So we got the official bridge. We've got the TVLs over there. So this is currently indicating 9 million. So it's obviously haven't got the hex on it. It's got slightly different data from the GoPulse one, but it's probably fairly close. Adjusted for hex to some degree. You have to decide what's in there. But this is what they're telling us with the daily inflow at the moment. So it looks like we had $220,000 of inflowing crypto coming in. That's 21 tokens, 312 transactions. Interesting. As you guys know, I used to do a chart as well, but I used to do it manually, right? With my cool little chart. My chart's the best though. It still looks the best than anything else. But it's just I had to do the data manually. So I'm not a dev, right? That's the way it goes. We got total daily outflow, 1.89 million. So we've still got this negative outflow going. So this has been something we've had quite a bit. And we have had whales, right? We had PulseX Sacrifice whales and Hex OG whales and all sorts of stuff, selling us down and just capitulating, really. So what does that mean, though? On the positive, that's the negative side. On the positive side, it also means that we're getting redistribution, right? So people can come in and buy large volumes at lower prices, which is what you've got at the moment. So there's always the opposite side of the coin. At the moment, we're down 1.67 million, it's saying here, and so on. So, I mean, it's pretty much it. So it's got some of the top coins. We've got Tether, we've got X, things like that going on. USDC, Wrapped ETH. There's some of the coins at the moment. Top 5 coins bridged in, top 5 coins bridged out. So Tether and Hex coming in, and PZN, DAI stablecoin, and Wrapped ETH, etc. going out. Not surprised there. Yeah, not sure what this PZN is. That's what's the name's of the old Hex guy, right? The old PZN, I think it was. What else there? PulseChain top 10 tokens bridged in breakdown. Got all the data there. Coast stablecoins, which we're going to talk about in a minute, 11 million. That's pretty the same number there. And Hyperlane. So Hyperlane, of course, is our big new onboarding bridge. It's very important. If you guys haven't used it, you should probably start to investigate it because this is it gives us access, opening up access to 170 chains. So pretty big deal there. Total inbound 500,000. Total outbound 173. Net flow is 329. So it already is looking pretty positive there, isn't it? 329. So we look forward to that to grow and grow and grow. And we can see that actually it is growing the last couple of days, growing quite a lot there. So that's a good sign. I think it's more of awareness as well. A lot of people have to get more awareness about it, but that would be pretty cool. So this is the official Pulse Bridge inflow outflows. This is a great summary. This is the one. It kind of looks a little bit like the one I did, my chart, and you can see that actually we've had 4 days in a row with negative outflows, with a couple positive days. And then we had about 4 days of negative outflows. So if you take into account the last sort of 10, 11 days, it has generally been negative, right? And we want to see that reverse. We want to see a capital reversal. So we're probably going to need a little bit of a end of price discovery to the downside and find some support to start moving back up into a positive move. And then hopefully we'll get more capital flows coming in to chase green candles. That's basically the play. And of course, promotions and marketing out there, ramping that up and continue is important as well, especially if we can find a bottom, right? So it's always easier on the way out, right? So that's kind of the play on the old bridge there. Pretty cool charts though. We've got the monthly. So that was the daily one. We've got the monthly flows. So we can see, this month was, October is actually negative by 600,000, which is not the end of the world at all. Last month we had a positive. September was positive 300,000, and the month before, August, was negative 2 million, which is a decent down amount, but not the end of the world. Now we had this big one back in March, of course, 11.7 million. We're pretty positive. So there we go. That is the chart. Do we have any more charts on that? I think that's the inflow outflow. Yeah, that is it at the moment on there. So it's pretty cool. That's new breakdown there. So it's kind of cool. I guess this is a rolling 24 hour. So presumably it's updating every hour. Let's have a look. Does it have a little indicator there? So it shows the last 24 hours bridge activity, including inflow outflow values in the top 5 tokens by USD value as well. Data updates every 24 hours at midnight. So there we go. So this is updated at midnight UTC, which is kind of cool. It'd be great if they had it updating every hour, like we had a rolling 24 hours. I don't know. What do you guys think? Timestamps are important as well. I guess they're just timestamping the day, so I guess that's fine. It probably makes it much easier to report on for sure. Right, so that's kind of cool. That is the last up to UTC time at least. May have changed a little bit since then. Can't remember what time it is UTC right now, but is it pretty close to 0? Maybe it is. So that's kind of cool. The other one that they had, which is brand new, I think is stable coins. I'm just trying to think where that is now. Stable coins, where would that be? Stable coin stats, PulseX stats. They've got 2 PulseX stats. I'm a little bit confused by that. PulseX. Oh, that's right. They've got PulseX token stats. That's not on that one. Probably Pulse stats, wouldn't it be? Yeah, stables. Pulse stats, and then the stables there. All right, let's go down. This is brand new, apparently. PulseChain stable overview, 56 million. And we saw that on GoPulse, right? So GoPulse kind of got some similar numbers. We can see DAI, USDC, because we just went through them, right? Coast and USD Tether. So I guess we'd have to go through and confirm how close those are to the GoPulse ones. And that just gives us a rough guide. But that's kind of where we are right now. It's got all the stables down. Even got HUSDC there down there. Interesting enough. 173K. It's got the 4 liquidity forks, right, all in a row there too. And you can see liquid loans is the big one there, 4.1 million. I'm surprised that PulseX isn't as big, but there might be some reasons for that. You'd think PulseX would be pretty big, wouldn't you? Given there's more coins around. Yeah, USD Tether, Coast, USDC, and DAI is the big one there. Almost 20 million, so based on these numbers. So that is kind of cool. PulseChain daily transaction fees. I think that's active users. Now, interesting, the active users are pretty interesting, right? So typically, people wonder how many people are on the chain. Well, we're typically, I guess these are wallets by wallet. And, typically we've been around about 13, 12, 13. And we're at 16,600 today, which is pretty interesting. So, and there's a fair amount of those are bots, right? A fair amount of bots. I think Dipcatchers and that's done some work around how many bots there are. I don't know whether it's 10% or 30% or whatever the number is, but a certain percentage of that is bots. Which means that, if you get a community that's like 500 or 1,000, and so let's think about some of the communities around there that may be that strong, probably PDC the Greys, a PDI community, communities of that kind of size that maybe potentially can move markets fairly well. Then that's kind of in the play, what we got right now. And I guess there's probably quite a bit of attention on X Games and Peacock and a few others. They might be able to garner that sort of attention, so that you can sort of see, you could move a chain quite well with you, even with an army of a couple hundred potentially on the old chain with that many transactions going on, that many active users. So interesting stuff, when you think about it like that. Is that it? Is that all we've done? Have we done it all? I think we have for the time being. So it's kind of cool. Yep. Let's see where we're going now. Now, the next big TVL move that we're going to have for this lifting, besides prices going up, is CoinWhale, right? CoinWhale is the next big one. I don't know whether that will get priced on the PulseChain because it is multi-chain, but let's see. Let's see what happens. I was going to sneeze there for a minute. Right, so that is a little bit of overview of some of the stats. We'll go through more of that on another stream. That is kind of the play. Pretty cool site though. And that was PulseChain stats. There we go. And I think Richard Hart posted it out a little while back too, didn't he? Right, so that's kind of where we're at. Let's look at the market. We're going to get into PulseChain. Actually, let's do PulseChain first, eh? Let's do PulseChain first, and then we'll get into the rest of the market. PulseChain right now is actually, yeah, but let's do PulseChain first. I'm changing my mind. But this is the weekly chart, right? The weekly chart there, and you can see we had this long-term down resistance, right? And then we had this short-term, relatively short-term, or let's call it near-term, not short-term, support. And so we ended up breaking that out, right? So we broke out of that, after the SEC. So we defeated the SEC back here at the end of this purple. This purple is kind of when the SEC dark cloud was over PulseChain, and we've been free from that now. And so, yeah, we had a real positive run there on the back of that news. We ended up breaking out on a weekly. There's a weekly candles out of that long-term resistance, and so we were kind of set free, and it kind of all was good, right? All good in the world. But since that time, we've obviously had a few black swan events, and we've had a lot of PulseX and hex whales and things like that selling out, and whether they're rotating or whatever they're doing, and into the majors like Ethereum and stuff. And so we ended up rallying all the way up from quadruple 1670 on PulseChain. We rallied all the way up there to the second line here to 238 cents, so a 3.3x, a 3.4x actually in 133 days. So that was pretty good. Breaking out from the bottom there, but still well below, of course, at 4,000, still only 40% of the mean sacrifice price of PulseChain. So still a long way to go if you wanted to get back to that benchmark of 0001. Now, at the moment, of course, then we busted back through. We went back into the old triangle here, and we ended up breaking. We tried to hopefully defend at 3,000 line. That was kind of the key part, so that we could move it to the upside. And then, of course, we've ended up breaking down in the last week, and it's been a bit tragic there. We did have a wick down, and typically we often go down to those wicks, and now we're down at 2,700. This is really key. There's 2,700 right now. So hopefully we can hold that on to that, because if we don't hold it to that, we're going down to 22, going down to 2,200. So we really want to hold the 2,700 there, because otherwise we're going down further. Now we haven't really had about 17, 18 hours ago, we had a $100,000 or $200,000 amount go over the bridge. That's why we looked at the bridges there. And so, yeah, it's fingers crossed that we're going to try and hold on to this 2,700 mark here. Otherwise, 2,200 is definitely a real thing that could happen there on the next move down, which is, about down to our previous support. So at the moment, we've still got a higher low. We had a higher high, two higher highs here. We had a higher lows, higher low. We've still got a higher low, but we have broken down the support here, which doesn't look generally good. So yeah, we're really trying to hold on to that, because if we go down to 2,200 again, that's back to our previous lower low there, and we really want to keep this higher low so that we can zigzag our way out to glory, right? Out to glory. Does everyone like the sound of that? I do. That's pretty good. All right, so that's pretty cool. So at the moment, I got my little green candle here, and we're hoping to get out of that triangle, but maybe it is right where we are now, and it's a little bit lower than we had hoped at 27. So let's see if we can hold on 27, guys. Pretty important. Let's see how we go. Now the RSI is not fully oversold here yet, and we have got down to a similar level where we had this previous low on the RSI. We're getting down to right where we are, so it's not the best looking framework. But of course, we're still not oversold yet. So going to 2,200 is definitely a possibility here. So we'll just have to see how we go. But holding 27, pretty important at this stage. Bit sad otherwise. So yeah, it's we're going to get some bounce back eventually and on the up. So as we know at the moment, Richard Hart is out there. He's doing his X storms. He's rallying the troops to get out and promote. And he's teased a little bit of a teasing, and I'm going to get into that first, shall I? Let's do that, because I actually hadn't talked about it yesterday. I was supposed to talk about it, but I forgot about it. In fact, I forgot about talking about X1 chain yesterday too, which is just the way it goes. Got distracted, but we had this. I put this out yesterday, and that is Richard Hart is on the move. Forget altcoin season. He is bringing forth PulseChain season. So even though we're pretty weak prices right now on the chart, the outlook looks pretty good, doesn't it? Richard is back on the playing field in a more visual way, visual, because we're looking at next. So Richard Hart's recent X Storm and Q&A, and highest engagement founder on the planet. So it's a one cool thing. I see that people are talking about getting him onto influencer channels as well. So we'll talk about that in a minute. Obviously, the writing pad promos are ramping up to 1 million device deliveries by Christmas. And, that's at retail prices about $10 million in marketing. PulseChain is the 5th largest strategic ETH reserves, 630 million when I did it yesterday. Obviously, that's probably down just a little bit more there. 25 million in SAC funds is on the move. Obviously, around Tornado Cash, and multiple releases have been given recently. So Richard Hart's, announced multiple releases and upgrades like the Explorer and the Bridge and GoPulse. We've seen people like Dave Feather and that talk about the implications of GoPulse upgrade there, as well as Hex Scout and others, I think. So teasing stablecoin today as well. So we've got a little teaser there around stablecoin, which I'll go to that in a minute. And of course, he might do a live stream. He said that in response to Ian Heinisch post, but he wants to do big KOL interviews, like real big ones. And therefore, I put out a post out to all these big influencers in crypto. Actually, I think that one's the wrong one, but sometimes happens. Like Davis, Martini guy. These are all some of the big ones here. I've got one or two fake accounts in there, unfortunately. But Ivan on Tech, of course, 500,000 followers. Wendy O, which he's been on. He's been on these ones before, 460. So definitely Ivan and Wendy. Crypto Wendy would be interested. Altcoin Daily probably be interested in that too. Or the real one. That's the fake one, unfortunately. And so on, So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Even Miss Teen, Randy Hipper, might be keen on that. As well, so it could be happening, and of course he's been inspiring the community to promote, right? So it's been pretty awesome from Richard. So good times, and he's even got the thumbs up there. I think it's got thumbs up. Now I just want to quickly go to Richard Hart, so let's do that. And we did do this little teaser yesterday, right? This is the one that got things really going. So you can decide how the interpretation goes. Is it a bit like interpretive dance? But Richard said, "Okay, guys, let me let you in on a secret. The people that actually make the most money in crypto aren't buyers and holders. It's Tether. It's Tether. Damn those Tether guys. and the rest of the world figured that out. So they're making infinite competitors, and guess what? And this is the potential alpha drop here. One of these competitors will be a fair entity, and let Joe Blow, normal, honest entity, make a stable with them. So there we go. Then anyone can on-ramp and stylish with dollars direct to the chain. So this here is what has caused the excitement there, and potentially, as I said in the previous post, might be very, very exciting. That plus bridges, and you've got and you're entirely and totally replaced centralized exchanges. The last remaining component of a centralized exchange will be marketing, and of course we know Richard's been talking about marketing and promotions non-stop. Get the community to wake up when they nuke every chart they get their hands on, even that ain't worth much, if anything at all, really. So there we go. So keep a lookout for that. That is potentially pretty bullish. So I've got that teasing a stable coin. So is that the right interpretation? Feels like it, seems like it, based on that comment. So you decide. Your band's in house there. Good morning, Super. Good morning to you. Welcome to the chat. So that is some of the cool stuff there around that. So with all that in mind, this price is looking pretty tasty right now at 2,700. But will we break down to that 2,200? That's the question, because at the moment we've still got an uptrend, right? Still got that upward channel. We have broken the channel, but we've still got a higher low. So I mean that counts for something. So if we can hold on to 2,700, pretty important line where we are right now. So let's see how we go with that. All right. So let's jump away to the PulseChain markets right now. It's 16.7 million. We have been in the 20 million for quite a few days, right? We have been there for quite a few days. We're down at 16.7 million at the moment. And I've been talking to you about cry fagging, right? Cry fagging is trending. It's one of the words that Richard used in his recent posts there in regarding to another influencer. But here we got it up 52% right now, which is just another meme coin jumped along the lines there. 40 6,300. We'll have a quick look at it. But it's more of a fun meme than anything. There's the daily chart there, but sort of got the hourly chart. That's the hourly chart there. So still doing pretty well, holding up there against all odds, and has been kind of trending there. Pepe meme coin has been around for pump tires, been around for over 8 months, and it is 27%. Oink Piggy Bank with their treasury there is up 23%. So it's pretty good. Let's have a quick look at Pepe. So it's the Pepe chart right now. So it's looking pretty good, actually, isn't it? 1,400 of a penny there. And then Oink Pig Bank there. Let's have a quick look at that. With their treasury, and that is doing pretty well, isn't it? So you can't complain about that. And what else? We've got Zendog right now. Been around for over 8 months as well. That's up 4.7%. At quadruple 086. Let's have a quick look at that overall. The old Zendog. That's the chart. So it's looking actually fairly good there too. At 00086. So every chart in the PulseChain is looking wrecked or something. We got GoPulse, which we just looked at on the data site. That is at 9/10 of a penny, and that's been pretty stable as well there on the daily chart. So it's still quite on the lower side, or of course has got a bit kind of a downtrend, but is sitting at 9/10 of a penny, and that's not too bad in the range. Delt token at 1.5% there, Xiong, which I don't know whether this is a legit ecosystem. But does have kind of a Chinese community feel to it, and that just got pumped the other day. So it is kind of manipulated to some degree with the old pumpings. But let's have a look at the website. So I'm not sure whether this is one of the official Asian communities there. I'm going to push it on English because it's got Chinese simplified. There we go. Show trade war, the bears win. Trump versus China equals bear domination there. So yeah, I don't know who's set that up or whatever. So I haven't checked the contract either. So let's see what the quick check looks like. What says it's okay? I don't know if it's pump tires. Maybe it is. I'm not sure. I haven't checked it. That is a Xiong. Did I say it right? I say it, Xiong. We got. What did I say? Learn Chinese because we might get invaded. In Chinese. Chinese might get invaded. Ni hao, ni hao. Shishi, is it? Shishi, thank you very much. I'm learning. I don't think it's going to help me though. We got Dart token there down up 1.5%. We got UFO at 1% as well. And we got Dow token down up 0.5% as well. All right, so that's kind of where we are right now on the green counts. We've only got 10 in the green. 10 in the green because Inc dollar is a stable coin. So we've got 10 in the green and everything else is a red on PulseChain. So it's a buyer's market right now. That's all I guess all you can say. Buyer's market, and Hex is looking particularly friendly at 0.6 of a penny. Peacock was holding up pretty well last night. That is obviously got the buying power from LibertySwap, and no doubt they're going to be doing some more buying later. But of course, it's not necessarily enough buying to keep the price up. I'm not sure what the buying power. Maybe it is. What have we got the buying there? 200 near. So it's only probably what's that? 1 to 2% buying power relative to the volume. But it's actually the differential, right, that counts. So over the last 24 hours, it's 103k buy and 105k sell. So that's enough to actually keep that break even, all things equal. So we'll see how that goes. So yeah, they're probably, I don't know if they've done their buying yet, but if they are, they've got that to push that up there. And we'll see where that goes at the moment. But I think the ratio to pulse was pretty interesting, right? It was holding up pretty well last night. It's had a big run on the old ratio there. It was up 50%. Can you believe it? It was up 50%, and then it's just got sold down overnight. Typical thing there. And then we're back up at 329. So interesting there. Now, obviously, Peacock is LibertySwap's kind of meme fi coin now. It's different from a normal meme coins because it's got buy pressure that's coming from all the bridge fees and swapping volumes and things like that. What else are we going? And we're going to talk about LibertySwap. Let's go do that. So LibertySwap at the moment, they're going to be launching something new, which is awesome. This is a very big deal. So a lot of the stuff they've been launching lately has been very, very important. This one is no less. And this week, they are basically launching their Pulse and Rat Pulse Ethereum mainnet routes will go live. This is really huge. So this is fantastic. So Pulse and Rat Pulse Ethereum mainnet routes will go live, along with ETH and wrapped ETH routes to strengthen cross-chain ETH. So this is huge. So we're getting the best of, we had stablecoins, now we're getting the Pulse and the ETH. These are the other two obvious ones to do, and with lots of volume. So yeah, to strengthen cross-chain ETH and Pulse support liquidity. Isn't that awesome? So this is really great, guys. They'll also be earning more fees, so even more fees than what they're earning now with stablecoins, and both Pulse and ETH, which they plan to pair with Peacock to further reinforce the liquidity, which will have a positive effect on the price of ETH and Pulse appreciate. So pretty awesome stuff there. They've also said down here, more USDC, ETH, and Pulse to feed the bird. That is pretty awesome. So that's a pretty big deal, not only for PulseChain, public good for PulseChain, but also for Peacock, more buying, right? So pushed up that price, arguably, or at least gives more buying power for the Peacock, as well as fattening up the liquidity, which is currently, at least on the main peers, of 193k. That's kind of cool. So what else? That is LibertySwap. So big shout out to them. And then, of course, Coast. We talked about Coast briefly. But Coast, of course, got $11 million now of stablecoins over on PulseChain. And we can see that Coast recently launched their Balance of 3 fork, I think it is. And they sort of, that's called Tide. It is now the third largest DEX on PulseChain. So if we go up to the top of here, we can actually see that PulseX is the biggest DEX, right? So currently doing $15 million in volume, which is on a relatively, I guess, modest day. And then we got 9mm, which is the second biggest one, doing 1.4 normally. But actually, they've got Coast there at number 3.1 million, and not long before the number 2. Now, I think they may be comparing themselves to the PH Universe one. Was it PHUX? I think it's PHUX. Now, I don't know if I've got PHUX up here. PHUX. So if we go to PHUX, which is a balance of fork, right? I'm not sure what the volume is on this now. Yeah, because it's got cumulative volume, but I'm not sure what their daily volume is. So yeah, I'm not sure if they have the stats there. They have the total TVL and amount there, but I'm not sure what the volumes they're doing on here at the moment. So yeah, I don't know if anyone knows where that data might be. But it's possibly that they're calling this one the second biggest DEX, which would make sense. But normally 9mm is doing the third best volume there. So I'm not sure what their values are here. 3.1 million. Let's have a look at some of the stuff. I see. Here's where they're basing it from. So they've got PulseX, 9mm, and then you got PHUX, which is I just looked at, and then 9-inch, and then Daytona. So let's see, 3.7. Yeah, so they're putting themselves ahead of PHUX here, behind 9mm. So in terms of TVL, so not basing it on liquidity turnover or anything, but actually the TVL. So that would put them at number 3, and then PHUX next. PHUX is also a balancer fork, and then you got 9-inch sitting in there as well. Obviously, 9-inch is pretty controversial now, and also 9-inch also is really kept up by SolidX, right? They're the ones holding up the volume on 9-inch, which currently is 153K, and so almost 2/3 of that is SolidX. So that makes PulseX number 1, 9mm number 2, and for sure it makes Tide now number 3 in TVL, and then PHUX, which we're just looking at there, which are 2 balancer forks, and then of course that leaves it wide open. And so we're waiting for PUSD ALGO to launch now. Based on our last knowledge, that was going to have a V3 DEX, and given the setup with that inside an ecosystem with potentially Mafia and on-chain bet, should that launch in due course after Signum Oracle, hopefully beginning of the year, maybe. Let's see what happens, 26. And then that could end up being a competitor for top DEX as well. Now, these DEX are all still pretty small in terms of TVL value, but of course, PulseChain is down low too, right? So, that can all, grow pretty quickly in dollar terms if we can get a rally on. So a few variables there to take into account, but it's good to see Tide come out, and now the third largest DEX come out of nowhere. And it's cool news, right? So well done to the Coast. They're not only doing the Coast CSD stablecoin direct on-ramp to PulseChain from US dollars, but now also got the Tide balancer fork there, fattening up the old US stablecoins on PulseChain, which is a really good. So we've got good stuff happening, guys. Even though the price going down, we actually have got lots of key things happening on the chain that are doing, supporting us for, the future. Not today, well, it is today, but I'd probably imagine if we didn't have these things today, it'd be even worse, right? LibertySwap and Coast and things like that, doing Tide balancer forks and things. So it is a positive. What's the other one they had here? Yeah, that's their lock value. All right, so cool. And we've got the website for Tide, so we might as well go to that since we looked at PHUX, so the balancer fork. This is a V3 balancer fork, as I understand it. So, and we've got the stats. We've got the stats here. When in doubt, go to the stats page. Yeah, 3.19 million locked in there. Isn't that cool? $270,000 trading volume, and the fees $343 there. Active pools 29. So really beautiful site actually. I don't think I'd actually been on this, had I? I think I might have looked at the first day, but not really looked at it. I don't think I looked at the stats page, but that's cool. We've got the pools up and running. We've got the swapping values, got portfolio. We've got V-Tide here, VE-Tide, extra earnings and voting power. You've got, what's this, a claim page, claim Tide incentives. So kind of cool. So it's operating pretty well in the third biggest DEX. So that's cool. Some good stuff happening, guys. Just need the price to go up now, eh? But that is good. So we've got some good bridging, good balancing LDEXs expanding. And of course, Balancer uses for stablecoins, they have a superior formula to the X times Y equals K formula, right? So it's more of a flat curve. So it means that the trades between stablecoins are more close to 1-to-1 as opposed to the impact from the squared impact from the K times Y equals formula, so that you have for Uniswap V2. So that's kind of cool. That's why it's superior. Okay. Right. What else? I think that's it. So that is kind of cool stuff in the balancer space there. And we've talked about the LibertySwap with the Pulse and the wrapped ETH, which is bullish. That's kind of where we are right now. And how we're doing for time. We're doing up 49 minutes on the hour, so doing not bad there as well. So that's kind of our trendings at the moment. Yeah, Pepe coin trending. We got Wojak just popped up there too. Am I on the right chain? Oh, I'm just on 9mm there. Let me go to all coins here. So we got Cryfag. Everyone's cryfagging. That is there. Not Corey Costa though. He's working out hard in the gym. He's no cryfagging. But that's up 77%. These are our leaders: Pepe, Oink, Zendog, GoPulse. They're in the mix right now. Those are our top 5. All right, so we go into what's launched is Gladiator Games, right? Gladiator Games, guys, our first top-tier game, fully operational, where you can earn crypto profits every week now, every tournament week. and this is week tournament number 6, guys. So there is places to earn some nice crypto incomes, and of course playing games at the same time, having fun. And that is Gladiator Games. Now the arena is open. I think it's started already. We're going to have a look at the chart in a minute. I think we're going to do that. But let me see here. I'm going to have to cross over to the thing, but we're going to read the prizes at the moment. The Gladiator Games Tournament number 6, New Beginnings, begins at 5 p.m. CST, which I believe has started already. In fact, let me have a look at the clock here. Yeah, it's just started, so it's currently running. And the main tournament is a Generation 2 Gladiator. It's very important. Generation 1 Gladiators, Generation 2 Gladiators. Now, this is the last weekend, typically 3 weekends, for the Generation 2 Gladiators to fight. Next weekend for tournament number 7, it will be a Generation 3 Gladiator. So everyone has to upgrade. They have to breed their Generation 3s, and they have to upgrade them, right? That's kind of the play. You have to upgrade the qualities, so like strength and all sorts of stuff, and get new armor for Generation 3. That's kind of the idea there over time. So first prize at the moment for Generation 2 tournament is $130 for the first prize. Second prize is $110. Third prize is $105. Fourth to 10th prize is $100 down to $70, depending on whether you're number 4 or number 10. Top 15 will also get $20 in silver, and silver is very important, right? So silver is used in the store, and silver there can get you, I think it's loot boxes. Is it loot boxes? No, that's not. That's copper. No, I think it's custom items, actually. Yeah, custom items. You can forge your ultimate weapon or shield or something like that. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, so that's pretty neat there. Pure skills. There's a side one there. And this one here requires you to be, part of the upgrading community, which is a lot of people doing that. But then if you just want to go in without any upgrades, you can do the pure skills, and that's got a $20, $15, and $10. So there's two. That's like a mini series, a mini tournament running next to it as well. The last few tournaments have been wild, hundreds of battles, massive wages, and non-stop hype in the voice chat. This weekend will be the biggest one yet. Now, all you have to do is join up. Now, there is I think it's a 1 million gold to join the main tournament, which is apparently about $27 right now to get yourself in. But the chances of winning 130, 110, 105, $170. So some good investment there to double or more your money there. All right, so that's the play on that one. So, and I think the smaller tournament, it is 100,000 gold. So what's that about? About $8 or something, is it? $8 to join now. All right, so that is the play. Yeah, it's the tournament play right now. So that's kind of cool. I'm going to post a link to that in the chat there. But I've also already posted out on my main channel there, so you can check that out. So Gladiator Games. Yeah, and so you can join up to that today. I would strongly suggest you check it out. But that is the one. Let's go to the actual site so you guys can see it. Bam, Gladiator Games. It's in the mix. Right, let me just change the view here. And we're going to, let me go back to this channel where I'm going there, but we're going to go back to there. And then I've got to add that in, and then I've got to change that up. And then I've got to get rid of that. And then I've got to pull this up. And then we've got to do some magic. This is what they do in the TV studios, they do all this, someone's already doing it. Whereas I can keep talking, Right, so let's go. Bam. How you like that? That's cool. But let's go big screen, eh? Should we go big screen? Not yet. We'll come big screen soon. But here we are on the site. So all you have to do is get a DGM wallet, put some Pulse in it. That's as simple as that. Connect up. And you can go and you can use my referral code. You get 5% if you share your referral code around, so you can get your own referral code and join here. And bam, you can do that, which is pretty cool. I'll post it also on X if you guys are over on X. Let me just quickly check with the X's account first. And if you're watching on the live stream on X, I'll post it underneath in the comment. So just give me a chance to do that. And bam, join Gladiator Games, and bam. All right, so that is the link. I'll post it there. You can join up to that, and cool. We've got Nick Hellman there as well. Great content and consistency. Appreciate that, Nick. Thank you very much. And yeah. If you haven't checked out Crypto Paradise, they're streaming I think every day as well. They're the other streamer. I see C7 out there as well. Big shout out to him. in the UK there. He's streaming 6 or 7 days a week, I think he said, but some of them are to public and some of them are private. So there we go. You can check out his stuff with the old C7 up in the UK. He's at the top of the world, and I'm at the bottom of the world. That's how it plays there. PulseChain people everywhere. That's how it goes. PulseChain people everywhere. Yeah, so that is the link to join Gladiator Games there if you're on YouTube, and I posted the one on X there if you are on X watching. All right, so that's pretty cool. So what do you do? Let me get rid of that. All you have to do is get a DGM wallet, put some Pulse in it. You can buy gold here, which is 1-to-1 ratio with Pulse and gold. It's 1-to-1. It's pretty easy to do. You can do 100,000 a million, get your own referral code, get 5% of whatever you refer over to somebody else. Pretty cool. Let's get rid of our wallet. We have to double click on it to get rid of that. And we're going to go to the starter pack. So this is the quickest way of getting into tournaments. Go to the store and go to the store here. And you can buy a starter pack, and you can buy 2 gladiators. So 2 gladiators there, you can do that. So it's kind of cool. Or you can go in and make your own gladiator for free. So this won't have all the gear, whereas if you go to starter pack, it will have all the gear. So you go to, if you want to go starter pack store, starter pack, and you'll be able to choose your gladiator. Either epic or legendary is kind of the right ones to do. Tier 2, because we're playing tier 2 gladiators there. You can do tier 1 if you're just going to do the smaller tournament, and you can choose 2 different types of gladiators that you can pick. And you can pick their avatars. It's good to have a male and female so you can breed them later on. And then you can write a name for them and then just click buy starter pack. And that will cost you either 2.5 million gold or pulse, or 2.5 million or 10 million gold or pulse, depending on which one you're getting. If you're going to go for the epic gear or the legendary gear. There we go. And the epic or legendary gladiator too. All right. Otherwise, you can come and create a gladiator for free. Here, but you've got to go and buy all the equipment, or you've got to go and make it all by crafting. So, but generally, people, they're going to go to the tournament straight away. They're going to just buy it off the market. You can see all the stuff here. So you want a tier 1 or tier 2, depending which tournament you're going into, and then you just choose the gear that you want. Pretty easy. Legendary, of course, is the top gear. All right, so that's a quick sort of understanding. But the tournaments at the moment, we've got the main tournament, which I just talked about earlier, with all the prizes in it. Look at it all. Woohoo! $102 first prize, $7 10th place. And you just have to take your gladiator that you want. So if you want to get a tier 2, you're going to need generation 2. See generation 2 at the top. And then you register. It will take out the million gold or million pulse out of your wallet. That's in gold terms. And of course, that will get you into the game. Once you're in the game, like my character Gladius is in the game, and then I can go fight the tournament, right? So I don't know if anyone's in there right now, but we're going to go see. In fact, I can see in the queue. The queue there tells me no one's in there right now, so I'm going to have to, keep a lookout for that. It's not a good idea just to sit in the queue, because if I go off for a coffee and I come back, someone may have killed me because I wasn't there to fight them back, right? So you got to I wouldn't leave yourself in there accidentally. Now the others, there's the baby tournament. It's also generation 2 as well, Gladiators. But this is with no extra skills, like you got no extra gear and stuff like this. This is like upgraded gear. Everyone's this is like full on, and this one here is just like you're just going in to fight equally. So this is only 100,000 gold to enter that, but the prizes are accordingly a bit lower. Now there's lots of legendary gear up for grabs, and this is very valuable in the game. So there's lots of legendary gear prizes in there. So it's very, very cool from that point of view. So I'm actually in both tournaments. So there we go. Oh, you can see someone's in queue right now. So let's see if I can join. And let me go for gold. Let's see if we can fight them.
10,
we're fighting Crasius.
8,
So,
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fight.
It's always harder to fight on screen.
Dominating.
I'm doing pretty well at the moment, but that doesn't mean I'm going to do all the well the whole time. He's a superior fighter to me. Like, he's superior. He's stronger than me. So I'm going to fight amazing to beat him. Fight amazing to beat him. And I have doing pretty well at the moment. You can see I'm actually fighting pretty well, but he's a very powerful player. Yeah, I've got all legendary gear on, by the way, but he's upgraded. He's upgraded a lot of his gear, so I'm fighting with all the best gear, but mine's not all upgraded. So. All right, let's go. We're fighting hard. There we go. I got to keep a tab on my health so that I get I missed my kick. You see that? That's really bad. Missing a kick. I'm fighting really well in this game, actually. So relative to a superior player. All right, so I've run out of my bandages and food, so I'm pretty much whatever I've got left to fight, I have to fight. But he's very powerful, 160 money.
Dominating.
I'm not going to win at all, but I'm fighting really well. That's my my consolidation. It was inevitable. A very strong player. It was but it was a good fight. I actually fought really well, so that was pretty good. I'm happy about that. So yeah, that's my first fight in this tournament. And so where are we up to? Yeah, Crassus is number 1 there, number 5. So I fought the top tier player. That victory that I just did, yeah. So Crassus is in the head now. Where am I? I'm here, down here, number 7, and I just lost my first battle there. These two guys, Gilbert and Rudolph, have not fought yet, so they're on 0. But that's kind of where we are. So the tournament's just starting to take off, guys. So you guys can get in nice and early now and get in some of these action prizes, right? So it will cost you 1,000 gold, which is 27 bucks. But chances are you could triple that, right? Just by getting any of these places, easy money, right? Easy money. Because we've only got 8 people right now. So 9th and 10th place, you're already like 2.5, 3 times up on your money if you win that. So it's well worth getting in on that now. So join up today. That is the link to join Gladiator Games, and tell your friends, because you got the referral, right? You can go to referral, go up to your wallet up here, click on that, and copy your referral and share that to your friends and get them on to play. Now, as I said to you, get a DGM wallet, put some pulse in it, buy some gold, and we have to just buy gold there. If you want to withdraw gold, you just withdraw it down here, and then you go to, if you want to really get into the tournament real fast, the fastest way of doing that is to go to, well, turn off your wallet first of all, go to the starter pack on the store, and then just buy yourself some legendary gladiators, right? So tier 2s, and you can pick those up. Now, so that's kind of the quickest way. Alternatively, you can go create your gladiator and then go into the market and start buying all the gear. Once you do that, if you do that, you've regardless of what you do, you got to go back into your gladiator. When you've got your gladiator and your gear, you've then got to go and kit them all out, right? You got to kit out all your gear. So you're going to have to go down here and double click and add your gear in. So remember that. So it's important. Yeah, so if you double click it out, it's all going to go out, right? But we've got all our gear down here. So presumably, it's if you got all legendary gear, it will be all legendary. But I have got other gear on this one. That's just an example. Just double click all those, and they will go up the top here, right? So double click, double click, double click, and all that gear has gone onto my character. But I need all these things: helmets and chest plates and gauntlets and everything else. So it needs a shield or swords, depending on what the type of gladiator it is as well. So that's very important. Now, when you do create a gladiator for free, you've got to upgrade all these things, all these different things as well. You need the best gear, and you need to upgrade your qualities. This is the basics, just to get in the middle of the tournament, like to be able to compete in the middle of the tournament. That's what you need, right? If you want to go the extra mile and try to compete with the top guys in the tournament, you then need to go to the store, and then you need to custom upgrade everything, right? So you need to drag your gear in, and you have to upgrade it constantly. So you're gonna have to upgrade. You get 12 stats per weapon and things. So you have to upgrade them all. So that's 12 items that you potentially have to upgrade quite a bit. So there's a bit of attention there to detail if you're going to really try to get to the top of the table there, what some of the top guys do. But if you want to get to the middle of the table, kind of around these prizes, $85, $100 or something like that, or $75, then you just need to do what I said, right? Looks like someone just joined, so someone just joined there, so that's cool. Got a new person just joined up, so cool to see that. Looks like Slam Dunk just joined up, so great to have Slam Dunk in the house. If you're watching, welcome. And we just had the Slam Dunk join this one too. Oh no, Richard Hart joined this one. So Richard Hart joined. Looks like Richard Hart joined this one. Yeah, Richard Hart joined the other one there, Pure Skills. So definitely, it is awesome stuff. And every weekend, prizes, man, prizes on PulseChain, especially while PulseChain's down. Imagine what PulseChain's like when PulseChain's up. But great place to be able to earn on that one. Now let's see if there's anyone in the queue. I don't see anyone in the queue on any of these. I was hoping to play the Pure Skills as well because I'm in there. Let's go in there and see whether anyone's going to be maybe fight there. Let's look. Now, when someone's not there to fight, so no one's showing in the queue. You can see it in the queue here, which is cool. Let's see how it shows the one there. That's me, right? That's me showing in there now. So if someone jumps in there, fights me, that's going to be cool. Now, the other thing, of course, is that it costs you 25,000 gold every time you go in. So there's the fee entry, but there's also the gold. Now, this time, if I win, I will win the 25,000 gold. If I lose the 25,000 gold. Okay. So that last tournament that last fight that I had versus Crashes, I lost that battle, and so I lost 25,000. He gained 25. So you do get gold inside the game as well. So not only are there the prizes, but there's also the what do you call it? The battle amount that you have to do. So 25k. So you do have to have gold for that, which means pulse. So that's how the game works. And so you can make quite a bit of extra gold through winning in the game, and not just the prizes, but actually beating your opponents as well. So it's kind of cool. So it does add to your ROI if you want to look at it like that. But it's also a super fun game. So that's kind of the play there. Well, it doesn't look like anyone's quite in the queue quite right now at the moment, but that is kind of going on right now. So Gladiator Games, the top tier game on PulseChain right now with prizes every weekend. Now they're having midweek tournaments as well. So the prizes start to really accumulate when you're starting to have weekend tournaments. That are over $1,000, and then you've got midweek tournaments in the hundreds of dollars. And the more people that play, the bigger all those prizes will get. So it's that simple. And there's lots of new games coming, right? So one of the things that is coming is not on tournament page, but on the battle page is all these new games. So this one here is coming up. Well, actually, I think it's already operating. I haven't played it there. Let me look there. I'm not even sure what the mix is on this one, actually. Okay, 1,000 it says there. Place a wager and fight the AI, win the W stake. Now, you don't know what sort of AI you're going to be up against. This is a bit like the X game, but it's on Gladiator Games. And you can start Profit Arena there and fight. So we might do that on another show. I'm not going to do it now because I've got to keep my even gold for the tournament, right? So, but I'm going to have to top that up anyway because I've got to do a number of fights. So that's not going to be that's the way it is. But at the moment, I'm sitting inside. Well, I was sitting inside that tournament. Let me look. So you might have to refresh sometimes, occasionally. But yeah, that is a zero in the queue right now, and as my balance has gone back to 75. So that's what's going on right now. And no one else. Oh, there's someone in the queue here again. So let's do another fight. It might be Crashes again. So we'll see. So obviously, I'm hoping to fight some guys that are similar strength to me, but we'll see what happens. Crashes and let's have a fight.
10,
Brad is the
8,
tournament
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fight.
So Brad is the tournament champion from the last couple of weekends, and many of you will know him as MVS, the editor-in-chief of the Monster 3. And he's absolutely owning me straight out of the gate here. He's very powerful. He started at 180. I started at 150. And very powerful. And yeah, he's got the net as well. The net is really frustrating. When I fight the net, guys, I really find that quite frustrating. And they sting you all the time. They make you get stung. and it's a very powerful weapon. Let's see if I can get some good stuff going on him here. That was pretty good. See how I did? I was very outsmarted on there, right? That was pretty good. So I'm fighting two of the top players right now. So give me a bit of leniency there. But actually, my fighting skills, pretty good. Actually. That net though, it stuns you all the time. But you can fight a net with a net, right? If you got a net guy, you can fight. In fact, I'm not sure if I've seen two net guys fight each other. Actually, I'm fighting with a spear and a shield, and so it's a little different. But this is a little bit easier fight than fighting. My practice was on the top, but Brad is the tournament champion for the last like 4 weeks or 5 weeks, and so it's pretty good.
Dominating.
So let's see how now. Let's see. Oh man, see that net? Really hard. So yeah. Let's see how we get on. Now I managed to rejig myself with the healing. So you have to use your bandages and your food. You use them to heal yourself and give you energy. So I've used 2 out of 3 so far. So I'm starting to battle him down a little bit though, so that's kind of cool. But he's got probably still got his bandages and stuff left. He hasn't used any yet. So where I've used 2 of mine, because he's way more powerful than me. I'm gonna have to use my bandages now, I think, because I was getting pretty weak. So I got no more bandages more. So I'm bleeding out a lot. Right? See my bleeding score is 1250. This is 642. So I'm in trouble. Right? So I'm bleeding out. And I'm rating him a little bit. It's hard. He's got really good defense qualities there. I'm at 18 now, so I'm really bleeding out fast now. He's at 7. So he's feeling pretty good now. And I don't think he's used any bandages either. Could be wrong about that, but I don't really think. I'm actually fighting pretty well. I think you guys can see it. Fighting pretty well. But, I'm about to die, guys. That's it. So I fought the 2 top guys in the tournament. And so that's what I go. So when will I win? Well, I probably win. I'll probably win this when I get to what do you call it? Probably win this when I get to stuff like that. So we've got high stakes Hex, and he said, "I love you, Sweet Man. This isn't good. Watch, bro. I'll try to again in a few days. Talk to you, bro. Hey, I haven't seen high stakes for a while, so it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. This is gaming. Some people like gaming, some people don't like gaming. That's what it is. Some people. So there we go. All right, so that is the play right now. So yeah, looking pretty good. Yeah. Not even sure why people make those comments, to be honest, when they come in. But this is what it is. All right, so that is the tournament right now. So Generation 2 is on the mark there, 9 out of 15 players. So come in along and play. And there's some really good prizes up for grabs there as well. Now, next week will be Generation 3 coming out. So to take note of that. So that's Generation 3 coming out on there. I was hoping to get one of these pure skill battles on as well. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen at the moment. So yeah, we're up to now 15 minutes anyway, so we're going to finish the show there. Join Gladiator Games. I'll see you there, and don't forget to join Telegram. Really important to get into Telegram there because that's where all the community is. We've got a number of influencers in there now and community people, so definitely join up today, and we'll see you in tournament number 6. It will be running for the next 2 days and 4 hours, so you've got plenty of time to get in. In fact, you can get in, by tomorrow still, and still have a great chance of getting enough tournaments. Fights to get one there, and there's good money up for grabs, guys. So easy peasy. to get in there on those tournaments. So join up, and we'll catch you there. All right, I think that's enough for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care, everybody, and bye for now.